Jared, we're going to talk about the job numbers and the impact on the economy with Gus Faucher. He's PNC's chief economist on jobs. And one of the things about this jobs report is that number 1.3, essentially 1.4 million jobs being created in August. But we still have over, 11.5 million people, or almost 8% of the workforce from peak, still unemployed. Help us understand what it truly means.
So the U.S. economy lost about 15 million jobs, 22 million jobs between February and April, and we've had it added back about half those jobs. So things are definitely getting better, but we have seen job growth slow over the past few months, and I think it's going to take a long time for the economy to add back all of those jobs that we lost. We got kind of the low-hanging fruit. We've had businesses reopen, but there are other businesses that are going to be permanently closed. Industries are going to have to restructure, and I do expect that job growth is going to slow going forward.
Hey, Gus, Rick Newman here. I think you're in Pittsburgh, my hometown. Go Steelers. I've seen a lot of analysis today pointing out that we've had a slowing pace of job creation for the past 3 months, and a lot of forecasts that it's going to slow further in September and October. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, there are a couple of factors that boosted hiring in August. So we had census hiring. The federal government added about 250,000 jobs over the month. Those are temporary jobs, and those are going to disappear over the next couple of months. And also, there are going to be some businesses that tried to reopen but simply aren't going to make it. And so I think that we're going to see permanent job losses there. We're also going to see slower job growth in industries that are restructuring, that are based on having a lot of people in their business model, restaurants, movie theaters, entertainment, that type of thing. And so those industries are going to see slow progress. And then finally, I expect to see big job losses from state and local government going forward. Their revenues are down because of the recession. They're going to need to balance their budgets. And so we're going to see job cuts there. So we've made a lot of progress over the past few months, but I think the progress is going to be slower from here on out.
Gus, when you look at the fact that certain industries are opening and then closing and then opening and then closing, how big of an effect does that have on overall job growth or job losses?
Yeah, I think you're going to see some people are going to say, hey, I've been in this industry for however many years, but I'm not sure about its long-term viability. So therefore, I'm going to switch industries. And so that's going to slow the pace of job growth as people try to move industries and switch jobs. And that's going to make it more difficult. And then there are going to be industries that are simply going to have to do some dramatic restructuring. Those are industries that are based on having large groups of people indoors. I think those industries simply are going to have to make some big structural changes. And so that's going to slow the pace of job growth going forward as those businesses try to come up with new models. So I think we've gotten a lot of the low-hanging fruit from businesses that temporarily closed and reopened. But I think that the pace of job growth is going to be noticeably softer through the rest of this year and then in 2021.
Gus, did you see that metric about people who are teleworking falling to about between 24 and 25%, but it was down from the previous month's reading when it was 26% of us who are working from home via our computers. This trend, do you expect it to bottom out? And if so, at what point? Because there has been a revolution underway.
I think that businesses are rethinking how people are going to work. Many of us are working from home. I think a lot of people won't be going back in the next couple of months, maybe not until 2021. So I do think that restructuring is taking place, and that's going to have big implications for commercial real estate markets. It's going to have big implications for where retail facilities are located, that type of thing. And that's part of that entire restructuring that's taking place in the economy because of the pandemic. And that restructuring takes time, and it is going to mean a bit slower job growth in the near term.
All right. We appreciate your being here. Gus Faucher is the chief economist at PNC. All the best to you.